Welcome to this training session on configuring reports and dashboards for Mint. First, I'm going to start with an introduction. Then we'll take a look at the Mint standard solution, the reports in Mint, Mint standard reports, Mint marketplace reports, Mint company reports, and then finally dashboards for Mint. In this course, we'll focus on a practical business need, how to turn supply chain data in Mint into meaningful information that users can act on. Mint can contain large volumes of transaction and partner data, but data alone does not give the business users the visibility they need. Users need to understand what is happening, where exceptions exist, and what requires follow-up. Reports and dashboards help provide that visibility. Reports answer specific business questions, while dashboards bring key insights together visually so users can make decisions faster. In this course, you'll learn how reports and dashboards can be made available in Mint using three main approaches. First, you'll learn about standard reports that are already available as part of the Mint standard solution. These usually should be your first choice because they're already built, maintained, and designed for common business needs. Second, you'll learn about marketplace reports. These are reusable reports that have already been developed and made available for use. If a report isn't available in the standard solution, the marketplace is the next best place to look. Third, you'll learn when a company-specific report may be needed. Company reports are useful for specialized use cases such as custom fields, unique calculations, or company-specific rules. By the end of this course, you should be able to evaluate a reporting need, choose the right reporting approach, and understand how Mint, OSE, and ORD work together to deliver reporting capabilities to users. Before we get started, let's quickly talk about what you should already be familiar with. To get the most out of this course, you should have already completed the required foundational and intermediate courses. That includes the Opus Foundation courses, Mint Foundation and Intermediate courses, OSE Beginner and Intermediate courses, and ORD Beginner and Intermediate courses. Those courses give you the background you'll need for what we're going to cover here, including Mint solution configuration, OSE configuration concepts, and ORD reporting and dashboard capabilities. So in this course, we're going to assume that you already understand the basics of Mint networks and solutions, OSE components like workflows, pages, menus, and roles, and ORD concepts like query objects, reports, and dashboards. With that foundation in place, we can now focus on how all these pieces come together to support reporting in Mint. To understand reporting in Mint, it helps to keep a simple mental model in mind. Think of Mint, ORD, and OSE as three layers that work together. First, Mint is the business solution environment. It's where users access networks, transactions, reports, and dashboards, and it's where the supply chain data lives. Next, ORD or Opus Reports and Dashboards is the reporting engine. This is where you work with query objects, build reports, and create dashboards that turn Mint transactions data into useful business insight. Then we have OSE, or the Opus Solution Environment. OSE is the configuration layer. It controls how the solution experience is set up, including workflows, pages, menus, and roles. In other words, OSE determines where reports appear in the Mint experience and who can access them. So the basic flow is this. Mint provides the data, ORD builds the reporting assets, and OSE makes those reports available to the right users through the right menus and pages. As we move through the course, keep this relationship in mind. Most of what we'll discuss will come back to how these three tools work together to configure and deliver reporting capabilities in Mint. Now onto the Mint standard solution. We're starting with the Mint standard solution because this is the foundation for everything we'll do in this course. Every Mint deployment begins with a standard solution. This is the package provided and maintained by TraceLink. It includes pre-configured capabilities such as standard menus, pages, roles, and transactions that support common business needs. In many cases, these standard capabilities are already available, and the main task is simply making sure the right users have the right access. This is why checking the standard Mint solution is always the best first step. If the required transaction already exists there, there's no need to build or customize anything. It's faster, simpler, and easier to maintain. You only need to confirm that the appropriate role is assigned so the transaction appears for the user in Mint. Here we're looking at the UI for the Mint Standard External Manufacturing Orchestration solution. At this point, notice that the UI does not include report menus yet. What we see here are the standard menus for the external manufacturing solution. In this example, there are two main menus: All Transactions, Manufacturing Customer. Access to these menus is controlled by roles. To access the All Transactions menu, a user needs the All Transaction Owner admin role, and to access the Manufacturing Customer menu, a user needs the Manufacturing Customer expanded role. This is an important point here. In Mint, what a user sees depends on the roles assigned to that user. Later, when we add or enable reports, the same idea applies. If the user does not have the required role, the report will not be available to them, even if the report exists in the solution. Now on to reports in Mint. Seeing raw data in Mint can be helpful, but reports make that data easier to understand, analyze, and use. Mint contains a large amount of supply chain transaction data. Reports help organize that data so users can quickly see what is happening, identify what needs attention, and make informed business decisions. Some common business needs for Mint data include reviewing operational activity, monitoring performance, identifying exceptions, supporting compliance requirements, and sharing updates with stakeholders. For example, a business user may need to answer questions like, are transactions moving on time? Are partners meeting expected service levels? Where are the exceptions? Do we have the right data available for an audit or internal review? Reports help turn Mint data into clear, useful answers. Next, we'll look at the main report options available in Mint and how to decide which one to use. Now, let's look at the three main types of reports you may work with in Mint. When someone asks for a report, the first question to ask is, does this report already exist? We always want to check for an existing option before creating something new. First, there are standard reports. These already exist in the Mint standard solution, and they're the preferred choice whenever they meet the business need because they're ready to use and easier to maintain. Next are marketplace reports. These are reusable reports that have already been developed and made available. So if you don't find what you need in the standard solution, check the marketplace next. Finally, there are company reports. These are created for a specific company solution. They're useful when the need is more specialized, like unique business logic, custom fields, or company-specific calculations. Now, I'm going to introduce the business scenario we're going to use for the rest of the course. Emily is a business user of the Mint solution. She's responsible for monitoring purchase order activity and related business documents. In her day-to-day work, Emily needs visibility into questions like, have purchase orders been sent? Have suppliers acknowledged those purchase orders? Are there any delays or exceptions that need follow-up? Emily asked Myra, her solution partner, to help make the right reporting information available in Mint. Myra's job is to evaluate Emily's reporting needs and decide the best way to support them. Now on to Mint's standard reports. Let's begin with Emily's first reporting request. Emily needs to know which purchase orders have been sent and which of those have or have not received a purchase acknowledgement. This is important because a missing PO ACK may indicate that this supplier has not confirmed receipt of the purchase order. That can create downstream risks such as fulfillment delays, lack of order confirmation, or uncertainty in the procurement process. Myra begins by checking the Mint standard solution. In this case, she finds that the sent POs with and without received PO acknowledgement reports is already available as part of the standard Mint solution. Because the report already exists, Myra only needs to confirm that Emily has the correct access. Once the appropriate role is assigned, Emily can access the report from the Mint network. This reinforces the standard first approach. When a standard report meets the business need, It's usually the simplest and most maintainable option. I'm now going to show you how to assign a role. In Opus, navigate to the main menu and select Administration. Go to Users and Network Members. Select Add New. In the user type, select Internal, then enter the username. I'm selecting my one. The application, this is Mint, and the network, Mint Custom Reports. For the link name, we'll select Medivonic. And here's where you enter the roles. We're assigning this role, Manufacturing Customer Reports and Dashboards. Then save. You need to log out and then log back in again. Go to My Networks. Then you should see the network here, Mint Custom Reports. Here's the extra side menu, Manufacturing Customer Reports. Now let's move to Emily's second reporting request. Emily needs to understand whether sent purchase orders have been acknowledged by suppliers and whether those acknowledged items are progressing toward shipment. For example, Emily may see that a supplier acknowledged a purchase order, but no related advance shipment notice, or ASN, has been received yet. That might be expected if the order is not ready to ship, or it could indicate a delay that requires follow-up with the supplier. Myra checks the Mint standard solution first and confirms that this report is not available there. So she moves to the next step and searches the marketplace. In this case, Myra finds a marketplace report that matches Emily's need. Receive PO acts with and without received advance shipment notices. This is exactly where marketplace reports are valuable. Myra doesn't need to create the report from scratch. Instead, she can reuse an available report and add it to a customized Mint company solution. There's one important point here. To use a marketplace report in Mint, Myra needs a customized Mint company solution. That company solution gives her a place to add the marketplace report and configure the related menus, pages, roles, and access. For this course, the customized Mint solution has already been created. We'll use that solution as the place where marketplace reports can be added and made available to users. Before Emily can access the customized solution, it must be available through a Mint process network. You may remember from the earlier Mint training that a Mint solution, network, and role work together to control what users can access and where they can access it. As a quick reminder, first, the solution defines what's available. Second, the network provides the environment where users access the solution. Third, the roles determine who can access the network and what they can do inside it. In Emily and Myra's scenario, Myra has a customized company solution where she can add the marketplace report. Emily will access that solution through the assigned Mint process network. For this course, the Mint process network has already been created. It's called Mint Custom Reports. This network is associated with the customized solution, and the required role has already been assigned so users can access the solution in the network. This means the foundation is already in place to make the marketplace report available to Emily. Now on to Mint Marketplace reports. Marketplace reports are especially useful when the report you need is not included in the standard Mint solution, but the reporting requirement is common enough that a reusable report already exists. In Emily's case, she needs a received PO acts with and without received advance shipment notices report. Since Myra has found a marketplace report that meets this need, the next step is to make that report available in Mint so Emily can open it and use it. To do that, Myra will work with OSE. She will add the report to the customized Mint company solution, configure where it appears in the user experience, and make sure Emily has the right access. I'm now going to show you how to use a marketplace report. From the main menu, go to Reports and Dashboards. Select Reports and Marketplace. This will display the Search Reports page. I'm going to remove these filters and apply a new one. I'm going to enable exact keyword search, enter the application name, in this case Mint, enter the report version number, and set is latest to true. Finally, add the state, released. Then apply the filter. Then apply the filter. Here's the marketplace report I wish to use. Select it and then copy. A push panel then appears. Enter the catalog type. We're saving this as a company report. And provide a new report name. And apply. Then go to Reports and Company. I'm just going to remove the release date. And here's the report I've just created in the edit state. Click on the hyperlink to open it. I want to move it to release date. Click on Move To and save. Before we add the marketplace report into the Mint solution experience, let's recall some basic concepts of OSE. OSE, or the Opus Solution Environment, is a no-code configuration environment. It's where a solution designer tailors how a solution works for a company's business process. In OSE, you can configure key solution building blocks such as business objects, workflows, menu structures, pages, roles, and policies. These building blocks shape how users interact with the solution. Think of OSE as a place where you decide how reports show up for users in Mint. OSE helps control where a report appears, how users get to it, and who is allowed to access it. In this course, Myra will use OSE to connect the marketplace report to the customized Mint solution experience. That includes configuring the user interface and access settings needed for Emily to see and open the report. If a company is licensed with both Mint and OSE, authorized OSE users can customize the Mint solution by adding reports to the configuration or removing reports that are no longer needed. Once the setup is complete, the company solution can be released and applied to the right network, so the selected reports are available in Mint. Let's review what Myra needs to configure and why. Myra has already found the marketplace report and saved it for use, but Emily still needs a way to access it in Mint. To make that happen, Myra will configure two key items. First, she'll configure a menu item. This gives Emily a place in the customized Mint solution menu where she can access the report. Second, she'll configure a role. This role will be assigned to Emily so she has permission to view and access the report. This is an important reminder that making a report available is not only about the report itself, it also involves the user experience and security configuration around that report. I'm now going to show you how to create a new menu instance. Navigate to Opus Solution Environment from the main menu. I already have a tab open, so I'll go here. Then select Solution and Menus. I'm going to filter by solution using this one and apply. I'm going to use the MPC standard menu. Click into it and select Edit. In the sub-menus and menu item section, select Mint Reports. Then click on the hierarchy icon. Enter a name. I'm providing this name and a display name. Select the target page type. In this case, it's a report. Scope, company, and then report name. Set Use Latest to Yes. Then apply and save. You'll then see the new menu item appear in the list. I'm now going to show you how to create a new custom role. Still in OSE, go to Roles, select Add New, enter a role name, a role display name, and select the solution. Then save. Then save. Now I'm going to show you how to assign the user role. Go to Administration, Users, and Network Members. Select Add New, User Type, Internal, enter the username, Application, again this is for Mint, Mint Custom Reports. In the Roles section, select Marketplace Reports Custom and save. Now to verify the solution. To do that, log out and log back in again. Go to the main menu, My Networks, and here you'll see Mint Custom Reports. Go, and here's the report available. Now onto Mint Company Reports. So far, we've looked at two reporting paths. First, Emily needed the sent POs with and without received PO acknowledgement report, and Myra found it in the standard Mint solution. Second, Emily needed the received PO acts with and without received advanced shipment notices report. It wasn't available as a standard report, but Myra found it in the marketplace. These first two paths are usually the best places to start because they're using existing reporting capabilities. Now let's talk about the third path, creating a company report from scratch. A company report may be needed when Emily's requirement depends on company-specific fields, unique business rules, special calculations, or exception logic that isn't available in the standard solution or marketplace. Company reports are powerful, but they should be used selectively. When you create a company report, the process usually starts with a query object. You can think of the query object as the foundation of the report. It defines which business objects and fields are available for reporting. Once the query object is selected, the report configuration determines how the data is displayed and how users can interact with it. At a high level, the flow looks like this. First, you select one query object. Next, you define the report criteria. This may include the process network, partners, date ranges, filter columns, report columns, and column mappings. Then, users can run the report and analyze the results. In this course, we're not going to demonstrate the full process of building a report from scratch. That process is covered in more detail in the OSE and ORD courses. For this course, the important concept is knowing when a company report is appropriate and how it fits into the broader reporting decision path. Now for dashboards for Mint. Think of a dashboard as a single place where key information from different reports come together. Instead of Emily opening multiple reports one by one, she can go to one dashboard and quickly see the information that matters most. In ORD, dashboards are the third layer in the reporting framework. They sit above reports and help turn report data into a visual experience. A dashboard can include tables, charts, summary cards, and other visual elements. These elements help users quickly understand what is happening across their supply chain processes. In this course, Emily will use a dashboard to bring together the reports they have already configured. Including insights into purchase orders and received PO acknowledgements. This gives her one consolidated view to monitor acknowledgement status, identify pending items, and quickly spot where follow-up may be needed. Dashboards are also interactive. Users can apply filters, switch between charts and tables, and open related reports when they need more details. Dashboards matter because they give business users speed and clarity. A dashboard helps Emily quickly understand what needs attention by summarizing important reporting insights in one place. For example, Emily can quickly see how many PO acknowledgements do not yet have matching received ASNs. That helps her answer questions like, where are the exceptions? Which trading partners may need follow-up? Which process areas are performing well? Which areas need investigation? Dashboards are also useful because filters can apply across the whole dashboard. If Emily filters by process network, partner, date range, or status, the dashboard components update together. She does not need to update each visual one by one. Now let's talk about creating a dashboard from reports. Before building a new dashboard, it's a good idea to check the marketplace catalog first. Just like with reports, the marketplace may already include predefined dashboards for common business needs. If a marketplace dashboard fits the use case, it can save time and provide a strong starting point. But if the marketplace does not have what you need, you can create a dashboard using available reports. In our scenario, Myra may create a dashboard for Emily using reports such as sent POs with and without received PO acknowledgement, Received PO acts with and without received advanced shipment notices. The dashboard creation process is straightforward at a high level. First, Myra creates a new dashboard from the company dashboards page. She enters the dashboard name, an optional description, and the catalog type. Next, she sets up the dashboard layout. This means creating sections and adding reports to those sections. Then she chooses how the data should appear. For example, she may use a bar chart, pie chart, column chart, table, or summary card. After that, she reviews the dashboard and saves her changes. Finally, when everything is ready, she moves the dashboard to release so users like Emily can access it. Dashboards can also be made available in the Mint UI, just like reports are made available in Mint. When Myra is building the dashboard, she is working in dashboard author mode. After the dashboard is released, Emily uses it in dashboard consumer mode. In consumer mode, Emily can view the dashboard, apply filters, switch between chart and table views, download charts, and open related reports for more detail. That brings us to the end of this training session. If you have any questions, please feel free to email tracelinkuniversity@tracelink.com. Thank you for your time today.